Armed police at suspect vehicle. Major in brown shooting suspect identified. My right ear is bugging out though. When did this go live? They just swapped this. Did they announce like what the fuck is going on or whatever, or what? This guy right here. Boom. Elaborate on that. This is person of interest in a New Hampshire. Oh, when that happened? They think that the brown shooting guy killed MIT his guy as well? If true, that's fucking insane though. That seems far out, but same rental car? That's insane. I can change the audio for you.
Thank you, Jim. We do have a live shot from that press conference room. No press conference yet.
Wait, but the guy's inside the building?
Of armored cars, a bunch of armored police vehicles somewhere. You'd probably hear some local reporting about it. I can't imagine related to the manhunt for the Brown University shooter.
Is all unknown?
And you know, if you've been watching these helicopters.
No, he's interesting. He's interesting. Under the video here. I'll click it. I'll click it. I'll click it. I'll keep it on this though.
We begin with that breaking news. Source is now telling ABC News that law enforcement officials have identified a possible suspect in connection with a deadly mass shooting at Brown University. Authorities in Providence, Rhode Island have been asking for the public's help tracking down the gunman, sharing video of a person of interest and his movements before and after the shooting. This comes after sources earlier today told ABC News that the university shooting and the murder of an MIT professor may be linked. Investigators say the professor was shot and killed 2 days after the university shooting in Brookline, Massachusetts, about an hour's drive from Providence.
Wait, is this true? Wait, they ran his. Oh, I can't show it. They ran his clothing and characteristics through database using thousands of hours of camera footage, and AI helped find the suspect. Is this true or false?
We're waiting for officials in Rhode Island to hold a news conference, and we'll bring that to you live whenever it happens. But first, let's get right to ABC's Christian Cordero, who's tracking the latest in Providence, along with ABC News Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky, who is in our New York newsroom. And Aaron, I want to start with you right now. What more do we know about this possible suspect in the Brown University shootings?
The information was developed really within the last 24 hours or so, Alex. The authorities have now identified this potential suspect in connection with the Brown University shooting, and they have also obtained a warrant for his arrest. So wherever that individual may be stopped, once the arresting agency looks him up in the system, that will come back that he is wanted for a murder in Rhode Island. So that would lead to his immediate...
Yo, what a mistake though, this guy. Putting his arm on his back. Dude. Why do a move that only a few people actually do?
Like detention and then eventual perhaps transfer into custody for prosecution. So that's a big step forward in the investigation. At the same time, law enforcement sources tell ABC News they have also started to explore potential links between the Brown University shooting and the killing of an MIT professor who was found with multiple gunshot wounds on Monday night just inside the foyer of the building where he lives in Brookline with his wife.
So does that not establish motive then?
Well, and Aaron, I know there was a lot of questions early on if these might be linked, but I'm curious, I mean, what were your sources telling you that led them to believe that these two cases might actually be linked?
The authorities began to notice some similarities, Alex. The authorities have not publicly revealed why they think the two may be connected, but perhaps they've been looking at ballistics, perhaps they've got some DNA or fingerprints that they're working with, perhaps the identity of the individual gives something away or a potential.
Does that not mean that if they're linked, that the first shooting was also targeted to exactly who he wanted to harm or whatever?
Clue, but the authorities have been
why would he do something random
investigations
or
as they work to track down this possible suspect in connection with the Brown University shooting, and then determine whether that same individual might also be responsible for murdering the MIT professor Nuno Lolero.
Well, and Christian, so we're hearing about this possible suspect in the Brown University shooting. Now, authorities throughout this whole process have really been relying on the public's help in tracking down this gunman. You saw them put out calls to check their cameras, whether you're a resident or you work in the area.
This guy is a fat-ass DJ.
Yeah, and that call to action, Alex, has been crucial for this investigation and certainly to what the public has received so far. We've, from it, kind of, been able to kind of gather a few things. One is that a lot of the surveillance, in fact, all of the surveillance that you've seen has been this person of interest, this suspect, walking around the neighborhoods. So everything that has been released so far indicates that this person was not really on campus for very long. And to give you context, the building where the shooting happened is right at the eastern edge of campus, and everything to the east of that is a residential area. So
I'm going to do this and then walk for an hour.
The power of the collective
5 miles.
Getting all of these pieces of evidence into authorities so that they could create a detailed timeline, as detailed as they have presented so far, although there are still holes, as to what this person's movements were. And one really big question right now is, where did they go
if he
after
regularly
the
conducted this type of activity, he wouldn't be fat as fuck, low-key.
Campus after the
shooting, you wouldn't have a belly the size of a fucking baby in there, and he just did that.
Looking for more information as to where this person went after they were walking away in the immediate minutes following the shooting, Alex. So that's something that hopefully we will learn soon with the next update.
Well, and Christian, listen, you got an active manhunt that's now in, I believe it's sixth day. You've got students who might still be on campus before winter break. I mean, I'm curious, what's the mood there? I mean, are folks obviously they're worried.
I think she's the
unfortunately, Alex, we've covered a lot of mass shootings. We've covered a lot of school shootings. This one feels different for all of those reasons that you just mentioned, because it is, in some ways, even still an unimaginable tragedy that this community has endured.
These guys lying?
And at the same time, they're in rare company because there hasn't been a suspect identified and, of course, caught yet, arrested yet. So they haven't been able to fully start the process of healing. There have been vigils, of course. There have been many memories and flowers placed outside of the building where this happened, but there are...
It's a rumor, no source. These guys just saying shit then? These guys just decided to... Chat, is that Lookner? Is that him? Man.
Looking for updates here. Live now from Fox is just showing a helicopter shot of an open door at the storage facility.
Steve News. No, that's John News. You got it wrong. Steve got fired a while back. Interesting. I guess Fox decided to crash. Their stream crashed. The helicopter is not recording anymore.
Right now on the live now from...
Anyway, I'll finish the video.
I'm sure some of you are watching. They're showing a open door with one lawn.
Chat, if anything happens, chat, let me know.
Source has just told Fox News that the suspected shooter was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
This one is longer. Hold on.
From a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Let's bring back in Paul Mara. Paul, obviously a huge development just broke while you were explaining beautifully what your opinion. So we know that the suspected shooter went into the facility. Those brave law enforcement officers followed him in there. We didn't know until this moment what if he had even remained in there, gone in his unit, exited the building. But Paul, we're now told by a highly placed source that they have found the suspected shooter dead. Apparently,
oh yeah, I want this.
What's your reaction?
Oh, live!
Chris.
Well, first of all,
Chris, come over to this side.
Boom! Yo, I just got this shit live. He's about to walk on the podium, man. Holy shit! Live on air, nah.
Yes, sir. We got everybody? Great.
Well, good evening, everybody. Tonight, our Providence neighbors can finally breathe a little easier. In a minute, Colonel Perez will share the latest details on the investigation, but I want to thank the people of Providence for stepping up
Holy Chad, this
and
guy.
coming together during an extraordinarily difficult time. I know this has been hard on all of us. Over the past 5 days, minutes have felt like hours. But the people of Providence have done what we're best
I need to
at.
lock in, hold on.
We've leaned on one another, come together, and supported one another, and showed the nation what a tight-knit community looks like. It was because of the information provided to us by neighbors and the tireless work of our Providence Police Department, the Rhode Island State Police,
I can't focus.
the FBI, the ATF, and many other federal partners. The incredible prosecutorial advice and guidance that we received from the Attorney General's office, we all worked well together to be able to identify this suspect. I know we will have a lot of questions still, and we will continue to work to get those answers. But it is a great honor for me to turn this over to our Chief of Police, Colonel Oscar Perez, and I will say on behalf of the people of Providence, we owe him and every member of the Providence Police Department the deepest debt of gratitude. Colonel?
Well, first and foremost, I want to offer my deepest condolences to the families,
Hey,
the victims.
I can't.
It was for them that this work was put together to make sure that they get the justice that they deserve and to ensure that this person was held accountable. Second thing I'll tell you is that I'm extremely proud of this department, actually the officers, the detectives, the real-time crime center, the community response team, the intelligence division, the narcotics division, the task force. This past Saturday, as you all know, December 13, Providence Police Department and Brown University Police Department responded to this horrific tragedy at Brown University 184 Hope. Our officers were there within minutes. That same day, Providence police detectives immediately went to work. Looking for video footage to see who this individual was and who was responsible. A person of interest was identified from that video footage. The person of interest was observed down Hope Street, turning onto Waterman Street, and that was one of the first videos that we released. At the same time, every federal agency you can think of was reaching out to the Providence Police Department and responded to the capital city. Images were shared with media within hours. Persons of interest it was the same individual that has been the focus of this investigation since the beginning. All the new images that we received of this person of interest were shared with the media continuously over the past 6 days. This critical evidence was collected with the use of public assistance. As the mayor stated, I'm proud to be the chief of police of this city. I'm proud to be a product of this city for the reasons that the mayor stated. The community stepped up. It was all about groundwork, public assistance, interviews of individuals, and good old-fashioned policing. That is the type of police work that every police officer in this nation reminds themselves of, and that many do not understand. And that is critically important and often succeeds where technology alone cannot.
Yo, I'm trying not to be rude, but
records, we looked at video footages, and in the specific incident, it was actually a video that provided us with a description of a vehicle. That was corroborated through a tip that was received to the tip center. That room was packed with detectives, agents, receiving calls on a daily basis. We started early and left late.
I don't know why he's flexing like this.
Then Flock and the LPR was able to provide us with this description of this vehicle.
This guy did
That
two
vehicle
heinous
was picked
acts,
up by Flock,
separate, like.
which led us to a car rental place in Massachusetts.
No, is that true? Is that the same guy?
Through that, the agents and their work as well were able to get us footage of this individual, as well as a copy of the agreement, which provided his real name. The video of that subject matched the description of that person of interest that this police department was desperate to put handcuffs on. That individual was identified as Claudio Neves Valenti, date of birth.
Wait, so he
was a 48-year-old man.
So they already had him as a person of interest?
He was a Brown student. He was a Portuguese national, and his last known address was in Miami, Florida. And I will tell you that he took his own life tonight. We have members of the Providence Police Department up in Salem, New Hampshire. And we also have the BCI unit. Obviously, the FBI and their evidence recovery unit is up there. So the process is being conducted as we speak. And it goes without saying that I would like to personally thank the efforts again of the Providence Police Department, the Rhode Island State Police, the Rhode Island Attorney General, the FBI, the ATF, HSI, the U.S. Marshals, IRS, DEA, Secret Service, and NCIS. There is no way that we could have done this by ourselves. In this nation,
the fucking
when horrific
IRS!
incidents like this happen, law enforcement steps up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel. General, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. You know, I would describe the emotions on the investigative team, including our prosecutors and the agents, detectives,
NCIS?
from both state police.
That was a fucking TV show.
As mixed. You know, there is a sense of completeness in terms of the investigation, an investigation that's, if not the hardest, among the handful of hardest investigations that I've ever been involved with. And the sense that we owed those two dead Brown students,
Fox,
the nine injured Brown students, and the students who were in that auditorium that weren't injured, and the Brown community and the Providence community results. The teams worked really hard. I think I mentioned that to you almost every night that we met with you. I wish they were all up here with us. That we wouldn't fit here.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to act like they did a marvelous job. The guy did two acts
agents, the
separate
ATF agents,
on two different timelines. This isn't an achievement.
Agents,
this is a failure. Fuck
the
you.
Providence police detectives, the state police detectives, our prosecutors. And I will say that everybody brought a certain expertise to the table, but it is nevertheless a sad moment when you think about those young people
You got different Reddit?
who were hurt,
How?
injured, or worse. Two of them are now deceased. You know, to me, this was always going to be an investigation where something was going to break it open. We were going to pull threads. We were going to gather evidence that would lead us in a particular direction. And I will say that if we were with you less than, well, I guess now more than 24 hours ago, we had that picture of that second individual. And I would say within an hour, no more than two, I think it was under an hour, that person came forward to two Providence police officers over on the east side and said he had information, that he was that person, and he had information that could help this case. And I remember last night watching his interview, and he blew this case right open. He blew it open. And that's how these cases sometimes go. You can feel like you're not making a lot of progress. You can feel like you're chasing leads and they don't work out. But the team keeps going because, you know, those of us with experience know that you're going to pull a lot of threads, and it's not always the first one that's going to get you where you need to go. But when you do crack it, you crack it.
I hate this fucking press conference.
Which led us to the name, which led us to the photographs of that individual renting the car, which matched the clothing of our shooter here in Providence, that matched the satchel that we see here in Providence. He was found dead with a satchel, with 2 firearms,
but
and
they
evidence
didn't catch him, though.
That that matches exactly what we see at the scene here in Providence. And so I know that you and the public have questions about how we got from a place yesterday where all we could share with you was a photograph of someone we wanted to talk to where we got to tonight. And so we got an state arrest warrant for murder today that was signed by a district court judge for this individual. There won't be a prosecution now, of course, but that affidavit is on our website, and you will be able to see more and read more about how this investigation unfolded. I won't get you all the way there because there are some things that happened afterwards.
Wait, they were waiting for a warrant? I'm confused.
The suspect's body in New Hampshire, but it will, I think, tell you, give you a sense of the work that went into this by the line prosecutors and the line agents and detectives from the agencies that work so well together. So, you know, as I said, it's with mixed emotions. It is unimaginable, the pain that the parents and families of the deceased are feeling tonight and will feel undoubtedly for quite a while. But I hope that by bringing this person to justice, that we can at least give them the beginnings of some measure of closure. And I want to thank you all for your patience with me when I got a little testy with some of you. Those of you who know me from Rhode Island, you know that's my nature. So I really want to thank you for your patience. Thank you.
Yeah, that was so odd.
As has been said several times, the partnership with the FBI was invaluable. And so it's a pleasure to introduce Special Agent in charge of FBI, Ted Dox.
All right, let's hear this.
Thank you, Mayor. And good evening. My name is Ted Dox, Special Agent in charge of FBI Boston.
That suit is goofy. Goofy.
Shortly before 9 o'clock tonight, the FBI SWAT team executed court-authorized search warrants at a storage unit facility in Hampshire Road in Salem, New Hampshire. This is where we located Claudio Neves Valente, the individual who we believe was responsible for the Brown shooting. The latest developments in an intense 5-day manhunt, and as a result of an incredible amount of work dedicated by the law enforcement team standing here before you tonight. Every single agency brought their unique skills and expertise to this investigation, and we're motivated by the victims and survivors of this horrific incident. Even though the suspect was found dead tonight, our work is not done. There are many questions that need to be answered. There's a lot of evidence that needs to be processed, and most importantly, the victims and their families deserve special care and consideration. The FBI and our partners across Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire will continue to search for answers for the victims, survivors, and their families, to see what motivated this individual to carry out such a senseless act of violence. From the onset of this critical incident, it's been all hands on deck. The FBI deployed approximately 500 special agents, analysts, task force officers, and support personnel to assist our partners in this investigation. In addition to this extra manpower, all our specialty teams were activated, including Evidence Response Team, SWAT, Divert, and Victim Services Response Team, just to name a few. A special thanks to you, the media, as well as to the community. My sincere thanks to Colonel Perez, Colonel Weaver, AG Nerona, Brown University PD, and all of our partners. This was truly a team effort. Thank you.
Thank you. Another critical partner at every step along the way was the ATF. I'd like to introduce Special Agent in charge of the ATF, Tom Greco.
Yo, what is this victory lap? Brother, that was a failure. I'm so confused.
Good evening. My name's Tom Greco, a special agent in charge of ATF Boston.
Exactly, bro, they found the corpse.
From the moment
like
911 reports
5 days later,
Brown University came through, there's been an around-the-clock effort to identify the perpetrator and to protect the community. The men and women of ATF, including our special agents, our intelligence research specialists, and our support personnel, have been proud to support and be part of that effort, leveraging our unique experience, dedicated investigators, canine handlers, and crime gun intelligence technology, such as NIBIN, the National Integrated Ballistics Information Network, to compare ballistic evidence, and our other available tools to support the investigation, and to help identify Claudio Neves Valente as the individual.
Yeah, but did those things actually end up weighing in the scales?
ATF's mission, first and foremost, is to protect communities from violent crime. Each individual in this country deserves to live in peace and security in their homes, in their schools, in their places of worship, and in the streets. The actions of Claudio Neves Valente stole that right and terrorized the community. I'd like to emphasize to the public, this was a highly dangerous individual capable of extreme violence. And we're happy to have been part of this investigation and proud to have worked with our partners to identify him and see this through. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. From the very outset on Saturday, from our first press conference in the fire station to today, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee has been by Providence's side every step of the way. The city of Providence is incredibly grateful for the governor's support, the state police, not just their assistance with the investigation,
I'm going next.
but in supporting the broader community. It's a pleasure to introduce Governor Dan McKee.
Thanks, Mayor, and clearly your staff, I feel the same way.
Yo, this is modern brain rot, by the way.
That we were happily able to assist. And as a former mayor, many of here in the audience know that I've been a mayor, some don't. But I empathize and sympathize with
I'm not buttered. I just think that
and the fact that
they failed. So I don't know why they're doing a victory lap.
To follow the lead of the Providence police and to partner in with some extraordinary people, whether it's with the FBI or the ATF, and of course our state police as well. From the very beginning, my thoughts as a dad was with the family.
Oh man, I really can't fucking actually fuck it. Why do I care? Because it's just it's odd. Like I like, brother, like I want to know more about this initially, so I watched the initial thing, right? And then this is just troll, and you know it's troll, and they're just fucking playing in front of you like they discovered fire. Like we had to rediscover fire to find this guy or something like that when they read a comment. Like